Last rush in Babylon. Voices catching up. Voices catching up. Watch out, child. Watch out, child. Babylon falling down. Falling down. Society a broken promise. Economies war, citizen whores. Political pimps leaving us flat on our backs. Trading today, waiting for the promised land.
First up, I'm glad to see you here, and I'm glad that I'm here. And if I say anything that you don't agree with, let's just leave it at we don't agree about it, all right?
There's no clear thought being exercised right now in the American public. They're allowing the insanity of the leaders, to make decisions, all right, that really are not in the best interest of the public. They're not in the best interest of the children of the public. They're not in the best interest of the grandchildren of the public. They're not in the best interest of the earth. They're not in the best interest of anyone.
I felt as though someone knocked me unconscious when I entered the world. It's been a lifetime trying to come to. I used to get this idea that I was in the wrong time and the wrong place. I thought that I came here 100 years too late. The 100 years too late was because I used to see this camp on the plains, amongst the trees, by a river. It was a tribal camp, and I felt I was a part of it. It's like these thoughts were memories. Every part was familiar, and I was a part of the whole thing. There was another place, another dream. I can still physically see this camp. It was in the mountains somewhere. And my job was to keep peace with the wolves, keep peace for my people, to make this alliance.
Crazy horse, we hear what you say. One earth, one mother. One does not sell the earth, the people walk upon. We are the land. How do we sell our mother? How do we sell the stars? How do we sell the air? Crazy horse, we hear what you say.
The spirit of life is almost non-existent in the perceptual reality of the society that we're in. It's almost non-existent. They got religion, they got civilization, they got military, they got politics, they got all education, they got all the stuff, but they don't have the spirit to live.
I want you to listen to this man speak. His name is John Trudell. I'm a member of the American Indian Movement, and I'm from the indigenous nations of the Western Hemisphere. As the indigenous people, we have watched this thing happen on our hemisphere. We have seen what has happened. We have seen them come in and confuse and attack. We understand that the issue is the land, the issue is the earth. We cannot change the political system. We cannot change the economic system. We cannot change the social system until the people control the land, and then we take it out of the hands of that sick minority that chooses to pervert the meaning and the intention of humanity.
There was trouble in Custer, South Dakota yesterday after 200 Indians...
President Johnson transmits the bill to Congress. As Attorney General...
The great lie is that it is civilization. It's not civilized. It has been literally the most bloodthirsty, brutalizing system ever imposed upon this planet. That is not civilization. That's the great lie, is that it represents civilization. That's the great lie. Or if it does represent civilization, and that's truly what civilization is, then the great lie is that civilization is good for us.
The conversations I had with him were explosive in their insights, and they were exciting. I would imagine it was not too dissimilar from what some people feel when they talk to the Dalai Lama. John was way ahead of the game. He said, it's likely this is where the country's going to be on this issue, and this is what the effects are going to be, and he's been right.
From the time I met John, I thought that he had one of the most engaging minds of anybody I had met. He was very charismatic, very focused. With John, there was no middle ground.
John speaks, and there's a simultaneous reaching out. There was a reaching across generations and a reaching across racial divides to say, we're both in the same situation now.
We have lying dormant in us, we have a genetic memory. And in that genetic memory, there's knowledge. There's knowledge in that genetic memory, all right, that goes back to the ancient, to the beginning for us, right? And in this genetic memory, there was a time when we were all tribes. Every human being lived within a tribe. Every human being recognized this reality that the earth was the mother and the sun and the sky was the father. Father, sky, mother, earth. Recognized that in our totality as human beings, all right, our relationship was to that.
I was born in Omaha, Nebraska in 1946. My mom and dad and me lived out in the Brazil Creek district of the Santee Reservation, where my father was from. My grandpa on my mom's side was from Mexico, and he rode with Pancho Villa during the Mexican Revolution. He took my grandma from one of the tribes in Chihuahua, just kidnapped her and took her. After the revolution, they came up to Kansas because he was a wanted man. Kansas was where my mom was born and grew up, and my mom grew up as a Mexican. Growing up, we were poor, but I don't remember wanting for anything or feeling deprived of anything. It was a good world. And then when I was 6 years old, my mom died. I remember seeing my dad crying. He took me to see my mom in this hospital. I remember she gave me grapes, green grapes. She hugged me and kissed me, and then it was time to go. I didn't see her anymore. I didn't understand what had happened, but in some kind of a way, I knew I didn't have a mom anymore. And then God came into the equation, and I didn't like God. I never trusted him.
To God, I hope you don't mind, but I would like to talk to you. There are some things we need to straighten out. It's about these Christians.